I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Saying the Newburgh Common Council needs to take control of the city, officials with the Newburgh Police Benevolent Association and the union that represents them, Teamsters Local 445, spoke out today following the latest night of violence that left a couple of police officers injured. PBA President Michael Pitt and Teamsters spokesman Adrian Huff called for a sit-down with city leaders, saying understaffing and the current tension in some inner-city neighborhoods has made conditions unsafe for police officers. And they called on the council to, in their words, stop appeasing members of the community who've reacted violently to the recent grand jury decision that cleared officers of wrongdoing for the fatal shooting of Michael Lebhart. The latest incident occurred Monday night following a peaceful rally on Liberty Street outside the scene of the shooting last March. Rocks and bottles were later thrown. At least one officer was assaulted and another pepper sprayed. Today, many in the Newburgh community were hoping cooler heads prevail and a meaningful dialogue can begin.
We have to be less political, and we have to be more forthright and take responsibility for our actions. All of us, everybody in the city. And we really got to take away the show business mentality and the political stuff and get down to the core of just abandoning ourselves to do what's right. Everybody has to take a part.
We both have some things to work on. The community has things to work on, but the police have things to work on, but they're the ones supposed to serve and protect.
Monday night's violence came on the heels of a Saturday night brawl where police say they were assaulted by people in a hostile crowd. One person was arrested following the Monday night disturbance, Michael Lebhart's brother, Donald. A man convicted for his role in a Western Sullivan County burglary crime spree has been sentenced to 11.5 years in prison. 18-year-old Vanderlei Malone of Bethel had pleaded guilty to burglary and arson in connection with 2 residential break-ins, a car arson, and a burglary at a Callicoon restaurant. 2 accomplices were previously sentenced. 19-year-old Nicholas Simon of Jeffersonville is serving 14 years in prison, and 18-year-old Kyle Frieda was sentenced to serve 5.5 years. In one of the incidents, a burglarized home was set on fire. A Pine Bush man is facing a felony charge for taking pictures of a 15-year-old girl in her bedroom while she was staying at his home. 50-year-old Robert Mara was charged with felony unlawful surveillance and endangering the welfare of a child following a state police investigation. Police say Mara had to set up a digital camera in the bedroom of his residence in order to photograph the girl without her knowledge. Investigators say he took pictures for about a week. An early morning fire badly damaged a 2-story apartment house in Port Jervis. Firemen got the call shortly after 3:30 a.m. for a blaze that reportedly began in the downstairs apartment at number 223 East Main Street. The fire spread to the upstairs apartment, but the occupants got out safely. Fire investigators and members of the Port Jervis Police Department Detective Division are working to determine the cause of the blaze. This was the scene back on August 9th as more than 130 people crammed into and spilled out of Bloomingburg Village Hall to protest the planned construction of a 396-unit townhouse development. The overflow crowd forced the adjournment of the meeting, and village officials will try again tonight with a session scheduled for what is considered a more accommodating venue, the Bloomingburg Firehouse. The proposed Chestnut Ridge development is being opposed by the Rural Community Coalition, whose members say the project would jeopardize the rural environment of the area. And it'll soon be the new home for teachers and students from the now closed Rosendale Elementary School. Today, former Rosendale teachers, with some help from members of the PTA, were painting their new classrooms at Marbletown Elementary School and unpacking supplies in preparation for the opening of school next week. Rosendale Elementary closed for good in June, a victim of funding cuts and enrollment declines within the Roundout Valley School District. The consolidation brings Rosendale teachers and students from kindergarten through 2nd grade to Marbletown. We'll enjoy some nice weather for the next couple of days. Wednesday will be sunny and pleasant with temperatures topping out around 80 degrees. Thursday will be mostly sunny with the highs in the low 80s. Record Online is the place to find breaking news whenever and wherever it happens. and read all the news and features important to you in tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.